CMS did a wonderful effort. I think we should all give credit to them for bringing this regulation where the mandate was for the FHIR API was extended for provider directory or provider data. By doing so, they asked Medicare Advantage plan, Medicaid plan, CHIP plans to really expose their provider directories online. They said, by effective 2021 and, all the payers should, bring their data into FHIR infrastructure. It should be searchable. Now most of the payers have brought their data into FHIR infrastructure. Now that data is searchable. Now provider community can better engage with that information, find out a discrepancy more easily, and remediate that. The problem still exists. Nobody had a meaningful use case to really use that FHIR exposed infrastructure. Okay, and find out that discrepancy and have an automated system which can really take care of that discrepancy. And that's the gap which we are filling in. Okay, so Santech comes in with solutions which can really look into that infrastructure, keep making an automated call, bring the data, compare it with what it should be, and then say, hey, there is a discrepancy I'm identifying and you should do something about it.
So right now, think about the power of a solution where a provider office can have a direct API interface into the payer, have certain fields designed where they're going to pull that information back and do that in a real-time fashion to be able to check their information to make sure that it's accurate. How much more efficient could that practice be by having that capability? And then, an example of Mr. Prime, like where we kind of check it against Blue Cross and Blue Shield, you'll know real time, like, hey, these fields are missing, these things aren't accurate, we need to work on that, we need to fix it. Now you take that same concept and you build it across multiple payers, right? Where Niraj talked about all the payers now that are making this information available for providers, connecting that in, being able to get it back in a way that's in a nice report, kind of shows you where there's discrepancies, and where you can see it across not one, but maybe multiple payers that you do business with, and knowing where to focus your staff on making improvements to what that information is showing. So how do providers benefit from this opportunity, right? Again, increase foot traffic, right? Because then if you know that you have the right information in their systems, right? We know ethnicity is really important now, being able to capture race is important. Consumers are able to see that information. They're going to be able to go into the practice and make choices based on which provider they want to go to. A lot of payers use that front-end information to feed their claim systems. You get that information correct on the front end, then you'll know you'll have more claims accuracies down the road, or you'll know where to kind of prevent it from happening in the beginning. The third area, I'll say, driving staff efficiencies. A lot of process right now is manual with verifying information with payers. By being able to have this more automated, it's going to eliminate emails, letters, phone calls from different provider offices. The fourth area, I'd say, is expansion. So if you're going to a payer or multiple payers and you're sending them your new locations or credentialing, and you think you're contracted, you're listed in the system, but you really can't open that practice yet until you know that it's official in their system, right? Because if it's not, what happens? You don't get claims paid, you have all those challenges that come along with it. So another really important opportunity and benefit. Santech and the product that Santech has today, it's called iEnroll. Today we're focusing on a new release, which is the ability to check payer directories. First in the industry to be able to actually have a reporting process and a process set up around this. This is something that can be laid over top of existing systems if an office was interested in putting it in place. So this is the first view of the iEnroll dashboard, and they would be able to start to do the search for the network. And they're going to put in the same name that we used earlier, Ken Price, and checking him to see where he's listed. We're going to know the system, what's in the PDM system today, what's actually listed there. And then we're going to go and we're going to check actions. We're going to run it against a provider directory. And then we'll be able to pull back information and see what perhaps is missing with that. And in those cases, we can then act upon that real time.